Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 18, and today's theme is tilting. So we won't be needing any props for today's practice, and as always there is a free Spotify playlist linked down below in case you'd like to listen to some tunes while you practice. So without further ado, let's get started here on our bellies in crocodile pose. So coming down onto our bellies, stacking our palms in the middle of the mat, bringing our elbows to the sides of the mat and allowing our forehead just to rest on the back of those hands. Settling in here, allowing the eyes to flutter close or maybe take a soft gaze. Begin to even out the breath, in and out through the nostrils. And we'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. I am the author of my own story. I am the author of my own story. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that beautiful energy from that intention in through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra. And let's take that one more time, inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra that you may have brought onto your mat today. And coming back to your even breath, knowing you can always return to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. Let's stay here in crocodile for 2 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale. Let's bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet toward the sky, and then windshield wiper the feet from side to side here. Maintaining that even breath. And then on your next inhale, you can bring those feet back to center. Let's exhale those legs down to the mat. And gently move into Sphinx Pose by bringing your head and shoulders off the mat, bringing elbows roughly under the shoulders and the fingertips pointed towards the front of the mat. Maintaining a nice diagonal gaze towards the floor so that the spine is neutral in the neck and upper back here. And we'll settle in for about 5 rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, gently lowering your forehead down to the mat, bringing your palms underneath the shoulders. Let's inhale, press back into a child's pose. Maybe that's a wide knee child's pose by bringing the feet together, knees about as wide as the mat. And exhale that forehead down onto the mat, straightening those arms out in front of you, maybe with the elbows bent or straight, your choice. We'll take 2 rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to walk those palms over to the right and exhale the forehead down to the floor, straightening through that left arm and opening through that left side body here. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's walk over to the left and exhale. That forehead down to the mat, straightening through the right arm and opening through that right side body. And 2 more rounds of breath here. And next inhale, let's come back to center, exhaling that forehead down to the mat. And then inhale, roll up the spine to a seated position. You can stay here sitting on your heels, or you can take an easy pose Sukhasana by coming down onto your bum, crossing your legs, whatever works for you today. Let's inhale those arms to a T and exhale that right hand down to the floor, left arm overhead, stretching through that left side body here, tilting to the right. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, back up to center, arms to a T, and exhale, left hand down to the floor, right arm overhead, tilting to the left here. Next, inhale, coming back to center, and we're going to find our way into a tabletop position, making sure knees are directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders, and begin to find our cat-cows for the day by inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up to the sky for cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhaling to cat. We'll take that one more time. Connecting body to breath. And inhale, back to tabletop. We're going to straighten that right leg behind us, lifting it just off the floor and extending the left arm out in front of us for bird dog. Option to stay here, or on your next exhale, touch that left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And one more time, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And then exhale, back to tabletop. Let's straighten that left leg behind us as we lift it off the ground and extend that right arm out for bird dog on the opposite side. Option to stay here, or next exhale, touch that right elbow to the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And one more time. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lower back into tabletop. We're going to flex through both feet, maybe walk the palms slightly forward and press the hips up and back. Let's find our first downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling through the feet or generously bending the knees. Making sure feet are hip width distance or wider, shoulders down and relaxed, neck nice and released, eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat, and all 10 fingers spread wide. Let's stay here for 3 more rounds of breath, maybe finding some organic movement or breathing in stillness. And next inhale, we're going to rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead. And exhale, the torso to the right, tilting to the right, stretching and opening through that left side body, arms still overhead. Inhale, back up to center, and exhale, tilt to the left, arms overhead. Inhale, back up to center, arms overhead. Let's take that one more time, exhaling to the right. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale to the left. This is going to engage those obliques on the side of the body. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back. Flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. We'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And next, inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, and exhale, sit down into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bending both knees, making sure the feet are either together or hip width distance. Making sure shoulders are directly over knees, and you can see all 10 toes here. From here, we're going to shift the weight onto the left leg and exhale that right foot towards the back of the mat, and then lower that right shin onto the mat. Inhaling, maybe looking up to the sky here, and then exhale, cactus the arms down for a little back bend and a nice hip flexor opener here. We'll stay here for 1 round of breath. And then inhale, arms overhead, and then exhale, palms down to the mat, flex through that right foot, pick up that right knee, and step that right leg towards the front of the mat, back into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back, flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 3 more rounds of breath here. And next, inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, and exhale, sit down in Utkatasana, chair pose. Making sure that that core is activated so you're not sinking into the lower back, that your spine is neutral here. And from here, we're going to shift the weight onto the right leg this time, and exhale that left leg towards the back of the mat, lowering that left shin onto the mat here. Inhale, look up to the sky, and exhale, cactus the arms down for a little back bend and hip flexor stretch on the opposite side, staying here for 1 more round of breath. And then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, both palms down to the mat, flexing through that left foot, picking up that left knee, and stepping that left leg into a forward fold at the front of the mat. From here, we're going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back, flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Next, inhale. We're going to inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hop, or float forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, shifting the weight onto the left leg, picking up that right into one-leg Tadasana. And exhale that right foot to the back of the mat for high crescent. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Flipping that left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm overhead, extended side angle. Option to stay here, or maybe you extend that left arm into the air for a tilt. Wherever you are, next inhale, we're going to inhale back to warrior two, flipping that left palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two, straightening through that left leg, sending the hips slightly back. Exhale, lower into triangle pose by extending the right arm overhead and placing the left hand either on the shin or on the outside of the left foot on a block or the mat. We'll stay here for one more round of breath. Next, inhale, bend through the left knee, find warrior two, and exhale, cartwheel the hands down, flow if you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath. And next, inhale, rise up to the balls of the feet, step hopper, flip forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to the sky, arms overhead, shifting the weight on the right leg and picking up that left for one leg Tadasana. Exhale that left foot towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, open to warrior two, flipping that right palm towards the sky, reaching towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm overhead, extended side angle. Option to lift that right arm in the sky too. Next inhale, find warrior two. Flip that right palm towards the sky, reach towards the front of the mat. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, warrior two, straightening through that right leg, sending the hips slightly back. Exhale, down into triangle, left arm overhead, right hand on the shin, or maybe on the outside of the right foot on a block or the mat. 2 rounds of breath. Next, inhale, bend through that right knee and come back into that warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Let's all step back into a plank. And exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, let's sit back onto our heels. And we're going to find our variation of camel pose here. So we're going to lift our bums off our heels here, making sure that our knees are directly under our hips. From here, we're going to bring the hands on the lower back, fingertips facing the mat, and bringing our elbows together, shoulders down and relaxed here. Next, exhale, really activating that core. We'll begin a back bend as deep as you feel like today. If you want to go a little deeper into this camel, we can grab the heels by dropping one hand and then the other onto the heels. And then option to release that neck. Only going as deep as you'd like today. Wherever you are in this back bend, let's stay here for one more round of breath. And next, inhale, really activating that core. If your hands are on your heels, one at a time, bring them to your lower back. And then let's come up, sitting back up. Beautiful work here. Let's sit back down on those heels and just go into a child's pose for a few rounds of breath here, countering that deep back bend. One more round of breath. And on your next inhale, let's roll up the spine and then find our way down onto our backs. Inhale, knees into chest. Option to stay here or maybe grabbing the outer edges of the feet, moving into happy baby. You can rock from side to side here, or breathe in stillness. We'll stay here for 2 more rounds of breath. And then on our next few rounds of breath, gently transitioning to our Shavasana for the day. Maybe taking a constructive rest by keeping the knees bent, heel-toeing the feet to the outer edges of the mat and knocking the knees in, or just taking a traditional Shavasana by extending the legs out. You can bring your arms out by your sides, or maybe your hands are resting on your belly and or heart, fluttering the eyes closed if they're not there already, adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting, and scanning the body for any tension we can exhale, allowing yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I will let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. And you are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath, introducing some movement in the body, maybe by wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling through the wrists and ankles, maybe windshield wipering the knees from side to side of the feet, finding any organic movement to wake the body back up. And then gently rolling on to one side for a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow, keeping your knees bent. Let's take one round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, gently pressing your way into Sukhasana, easy pose, maybe keeping your eyes closed or in a soft gaze, bringing hands to heart center. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om, inhaling through the nose deep into the belly. And bringing the thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.